Welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda, giving you all the latest updates on anything and all things Ravens. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's dive into the latest Ravens news I have for you today. So, injury updates for you all. So, DeAndre Hopkins and Jalen Armour-Davis returned to practice yesterday. Not really surprised by this. Again, everything has been cautionary with the practices and all, especially with the veterans. Ravens that weren't practicing were Patrick Ricard, Dayton Wade, Isaiah Likely. It's not surprising there. Emory Jones Jr., Adisa Isaac, Kyle Van Noy, William Quinku, Chidobe Awuzie, and Jair Alexander. A mixture of these injuries or these guys that aren't practicing is all between precautionary and veteran. We're probably going to see a lot of these guys come back later in the week. And some of these guys are nursing injuries, like, for example, Jair Alexander is dealing with some swelling. So we probably will see him back later on in the week, but that's more precautionary, like I've said in previous videos. Same with Awuzie. Again, precautionary status for him, just to make sure that he is all set and ready for that week 1 matchup against the Bills. Van Noy, just probably taking a vet day. Same with Ricard. Just guys that just had their day off on Sunday, so they're just taking it a little bit easier and then ramping it back up again later in the week. So nothing really to worry about right there. We'll see most of these guys come back in time for week 1. The one to really watch out for is Isaiah Likely. Like I said in the previous video, Harbaugh is keeping everyone guessing on Likely's status. It's really hush-hush, which I'm all for again. Just as much as I hate it, I know his strategy in it. So we'll probably see him back at practice, hopefully before the week 1 matchup against the Bills, but nothing to be worried about with him there. So, again, love the strategy by Harbaugh with this one. Moving on, so the starting offensive line has officially been announced by Harbaugh, which includes Ronnie Stanley as left tackle, no surprises there. Andrew Voorhees as left guard, no surprises there. Tyler Linderbaum, center, again, no surprises here. Had my critique about Daniel Falele, who had a real comeback game in last week's preseason game against the Cowboys. So, I mean, I'm still very critical of him, of his consistency. But if Falele is the guy to get the right guard position, okay. And then Rosengarten will be the starting 5. We'll end up with the starting 5. So that's our official starters for the offensive line. I mean, if this is the chemistry that we can, use to protect Lamar and open up running lanes the most, okay, then let's get right into it. I've been very critical of Daniel Falele. If at some point during the season he just keeps falling down and is inconsistent, I'm advocating for a replacement there. Harbaugh did also mention that he probably will have to make some cuts in terms of the offensive line, because it's going to be hard to keep 10 offensive linemen. We have some rookies, we have some veteran presence, but they just need to decide on who is going to be the 9th guard. I think it's probably going to be maybe Ben Cleveland, because we've seen some sparks of him doing well in the preseason games. But again, I don't know for sure who this 9th offensive lineman is going to be and who they're going to cut. But again, if this is the starting offensive line for the Ravens for the 2025-2026 season, if this is going to be the consistent starting 5 for the offensive line, all right, then let's see how well this line can do. Ronnie Stanley, veteran presence, best left tackle in the league. Tyler Linderbaum, one of the best centers in the league. Andrew Voorhees, in the left guard position, who's had a slew of injuries, but is 100%, and the Ravens are really relying on him. Investment pick 2 years ago. Roger Rosengarten, who really came into his own as the right tackle for the Ravens. Only one I'm really concerned about is Daniel Falele. Moving on here, so in a not really in an official news on this here, or no, and not really in a way where it's officially official that this will be the starting offensive or the offensive linebackers for the Ravens. It'll be Noy, Dafe Tavius Robinson, Mike Green. All for it. Let's go with that. I'm all for this linebacker core here. With the Isaacs injury that I mentioned earlier, David Ojabo could take that fifth spot if the Ravens take 5. I don't know if the Ravens are going to take 5. Ojabo has had a really good standout performance in the first preseason game against the Colts. But again, he was unguarded when he sacked Anthony Richardson in that game. So I'm a little critical of him on that one. I want to see him go through not adversity off the field, but rather adversity on the field that he's able to overcome. In order for me to sell the fact that he has definitely grown as a player. But if the Ravens are going to make him the backup, okay then. But I just want to see some type of development against adversity on the field. Look at Mike Green, who is, by the way, he's like a caged lion or something like that. Like whenever we see him, we're like he's getting pressure on the quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if he is the Ravens sack leader sometime in his career as a Raven. So again, all for this core group right here, and looking forward to the start of the season with them. Last bit of news here, Cooper Rush has been announced as the starter for the last preseason game against the Commanders on Saturday. No real surprise here. Rush took the majority of the snaps in last week's win against the Cowboys. And Harbaugh did mention that Rush will be the official starter for that game. And it still doesn't give me a lot of confidence in the backup quarterback position, but seeing that Rush did have a better game against the Cowboys and took the majority of the snaps, does give me higher hopes here for that, area of the team. Harbaugh did say that Cooper Rush will handle the player participation like the second preseason game at Dallas. So, again, he will handle the majority of it. Probably see him, depart the game after the third quarter if the game is even close. But I'm hoping that Cooper Rush can capitalize on a better performance when he was the starter against the Cowboys, and have an even better performance against the Commanders, because that's the only way that I'm going to be sold on the fact that our backup room is okay. I still think we should go after Tyler Huntley if he gets cut by the Browns at some point. But again, if this is what the Ravens believe is going to be the team that leads us to a Super Bowl, I'm all for it. Even in the backup area, all for it. Thank you for tuning into Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I will catch you all later.